All right, let's talk about GPT-6. You've seen it everywhere, right? The viral posts, the wild headlines. Is it the dawn of AGI? Is it dropping next year? Well, today we're going to cut through all that noise. We're diving deep into the leaks, the insider reports, and what the company is actually saying to separate the hype from what's real.
So this is the big one, isn't it? The question that's fueling all this speculation. Is this the model that finally cracks artificial general intelligence? And is it really just around the corner in 2025? I mean, that is a colossal claim, so let's just get straight to the facts.
Our whole mission here is pretty simple, to give you the actual story. We're going to look at what we know for sure, what we can make a pretty good guess on, and what's just, pure clickbait. So you can walk away knowing the real deal on GPT-6.
Okay, first things first, let's just tackle the biggest piece of misinformation head-on, the release date. When are we actually going to see this thing?
And there you have it, our first major reality check. All those rumors about a 2025 launch that went totally viral, OpenAI themselves came out and shut them down. They were crystal clear about it. GPT-6 is not coming in 2025. End of story.
So, if not 2025, then when? Well, if we look at their past release cycles and listen to the insiders, this is probably what we're looking at. As you can see, that late 2025 rumor is just gone, officially debunked. Instead, analysts are thinking maybe a private preview around the middle of 2026, with the full public launch happening late that year, or maybe even slipping into early 2027. That's a huge difference from the hype train online. But here's the interesting twist. Even though 2025 is off the table, the whole development cycle seems to be getting faster. Sam Altman himself said that GPT-6 will get here faster than the gap we saw between GPT-4 and GPT-5. Now, we waited over 2 years for GPT-5, so his comment suggests it won't be quite that long of a wait this time around. Okay, so we know it's not coming tomorrow, but when it does get here, what's it actually going to do? This is where it gets really exciting, because the rumored features point to a fundamental change in how we even think about using AI.
The number one feature everyone is talking about is persistent memory. And honestly, this is a total game changer. It means you would no longer have to start from scratch and re-explain everything every single time you open a new chat. The AI would actually start to get to know you, remembering your projects, your preferences, even your specific tone and style.
And look, you don't have to take my word for how important this is. The CEO of OpenAI, Sam Altman, calls this his favorite feature. When the person in charge singles something out like that, you know it's not just some minor update. It's a core part of their strategy, moving away from simple Q&A bots toward a truly personalized assistant.
The second massive leap forward is what the experts are calling agentic behavior. It's a fancy term, but the idea is actually really simple. This is about moving from an AI that tells you how to do something to an AI that just does it for you. It can take a complex command and actually execute all the steps from start to finish.
Let's make that real for a second. Imagine you just tell the AI, hey, promote my new blog post. An agentic model could, all on its own, go browse the web to understand the context, draft unique posts for Twitter, for LinkedIn, for Instagram, and then actually use their systems to schedule them. All of it, without you having to lift a finger. That is the promise here.
On top of those two huge features, the technical stuff under the hood is getting a massive overhaul. We're talking about native understanding of video and audio, no more clunky plugins. The scale is just mind-boggling. Rumors are pointing to a trillion-parameter model, trained on over 100,000 NVIDIA chips, and it's supposed to be smarter too, using something called dynamic compute, to use just the right amount of power for any given task. So yeah, GPT-6 sounds incredibly impressive, but here's the thing. It's not being released in a vacuum. The competition is fierce, and to be a success, it's got to clear a very, very high bar that's already been set. And right now, the model to beat is Elon Musk's Grok 4.1. What's really interesting is that they seem to have totally different philosophies. Grok is all about personality, it's known for creative writing and being emotionally intelligent. GPT-6, on the other hand, is being set up as this integrated productivity assistant all about memory and autonomous action. It's like a classic showdown, personality versus productivity.
And make no mistake, Grok is an absolute beast. This number, 1483, is its score on the LM Arena benchmark as of November 2025. It's number one. It outperforms every other model out there. So the point is, for GPT-6 to really make waves, it can't just be a little bit better. It needs to bring a whole new level of usefulness to the table. Which of course brings us all the way back to that ultimate question. With all these incredible new powers, the memory, the autonomy, the massive scale, does this mean GPT-6 is finally it? Is this AGI, an AI that can learn or understand pretty much any task a human can? Let's see what the experts think. A recent 2025 survey of top AI researchers gives us a really clear answer. A huge majority, 76%, believe that just scaling up what we're already doing, bigger models, more data, more computers, is probably not going to be enough to get us to AGI. This quote from researcher Gary Marcus really nails the core of that skepticism. He basically says that thinking you can just throw more money and power at the problem to get AGI is a clear, logical fallacy. The argument is that we're still missing some fundamental breakthroughs, things like real-world common sense and human-like reasoning. So the verdict from the research community is pretty clear. GPT-6 is going to be an incredible, powerful advance. And yes, features like memory and autonomy are huge stepping stones. But we really should see it as a much, much more sophisticated tool, not the birth of an autonomous thinking machine. All right, we've covered the timeline, the killer new features, the competition, and the big AGI question. So let's pull this all together and land on a final verdict. If you only take away a few things, make it these. First, the timeline. Don't hold your breath. We're looking at late 2026 at the absolute earliest. Second, the focus. This thing is being built as a productivity tool, not just a chatbot. That means it's a qualitative leap in how we'll use AI. And what's driving that leap? Two simple but powerful ideas. It remembers you, and it acts for you. And that leaves us with one final fascinating thought. You've got these two revolutionary new features coming our way. Memory and autonomy. But which one do you think is the bigger leap forward? Which one is going to change our daily lives the most?
Is it the memory? The idea of an AI that truly knows you, that understands your projects without being told every time, that adapts to your style and becomes this personalized partner in whatever you're doing?
Or is it the autonomy? An AI that can take your high-level goals and just execute them, handling all the complex steps on its own, becoming this tireless digital assistant that turns your ideas into reality? It's a really interesting question to think about, and the answer is probably going to shape the entire future of AI.